All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight. This is an amazing opportunity for a lot of you who are brand new that haven't seen a presentation about Enagic or Kangen Water. Um, you know, I want to congratulate you because literally this is like winning the lotto. There's nothing like this that you'll ever find. It's just truly unbelievable. And we're going to try to condense this within 30 minutes to kind of give you a plain overview. I know we have a lot of distributors on the call too, so we have a lot of people that have been drinking this water right here for quite a while, and some are brand new, and some of you haven't even tried it yet. So I really want to build up the value and the credibility for for some of you that are brand new, and for everyone else, this is kind of like a refresher, right? Kind of re-engaging almost, and finding out things that maybe you didn't know before. So that's why these calls are so important, because we're constantly learning, we're self-educating. I'm a huge believer in self-education and constantly seeking knowledge, because I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not I don't have that credibility per se, right, in the standard field. But what I am, I'm obsessed with self-education. I'm obsessed with reading. I'm obsessed with diving into the material because it's provided for us. It's free. So when people ask, when I tell people do your own research, I've done so much of my research on my own that I feel confident to be able to answer those questions for a lot of people. And I'm going to provide you guys that info today on a slideshow. So let me go ahead and share my screen really quick. And then I'm going to get into all of the fun stuff. Let's see. All right. So spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about Kangen water today. And I get it. Today's a Wednesday. It's 5:30. For some of us, it's 8:30 for a lot of you on the East Coast. And I get it, right? Who wants to learn about water on a Wednesday? In the middle of our nights, in the middle of our days. But, I was skeptical, like a lot of you that are brand new, right? It's like, why would I want to spend my time learning about something I already know, right? Water is just water. But when you think about it, and I'm going to get into the material a little bit, water just isn't water. Not all water is created equal. So our slogan with the Kangen Water, the Enagic company, is change your water, change your life. And before I get into my personal background and my story, I just want to say this water does not cure or treat anything. It simply puts the body at ease and provides better hydration. And if we all know better hydration, that leads to better resources for the body to heal itself the way God created the body. And before I get into this, I think it's something that we really need to talk about as far as what's going on in society, right? The modern approach to medicine, we're all pretty familiar with this, right? We have families on prescription medications for things that are caused basically from our diets and from the environment and from our day-to-days. And we're literally on a cycle of buying drugs, right, and treating our bodies and such. And that's the modern approach. That's the what we're all very familiar with. But I'm going to be talking to you something more about the natural approach, right? Preventative healthcare. And you could see it right here with breathing exercises, yoga, fruits and vegetables. There's so much positivity and there's so much knowledge just in that factor right there. And then Kangen water, hydration. Hydration is so important. So I want, if you agree and you want to be on the right side, which is the right side, put a 1 in the chat box. And I want to see you guys engaging on this, that you're transitioned from the left side to the right side, because we all start off on the left, right? The modern approach, we're all sold prescription meds and all these different things, but we want to get better at providing the body the right source to protect itself, right? And my background, this is my sister, Lisa. She was diagnosed with Crohn's disease back in 2009. We were coming in and out of the hospital for a few months, and my parents were very, very nervous because the bills were piling up, and we're like, what are we going to do? We can't. Crohn's disease, if you guys are familiar with it, it's an autoimmune disease, something you can never, legally cure, right? It's going to be with you forever. But my dad said a prayer, and luckily a friend of ours who was a registered nurse at the hospital told us about this water, told us about this magic water from Japan, has all these properties that are able to help the body. And my parents were a little skeptical, but my dad said this. He said, if it's going to help my daughter, it's going to help my family, I don't need to be sold. You know, I'm going to get this and I'm going to try it because I'm going to do whatever it takes. So we ended up buying an ST501 10 years ago, guys. But I've been drinking this water for 10 years. Okay, off and on, consistently. Now I've been drinking this water for about 4 years, you know, but it's just been incredible because, you know, 10 years ago, I thought this was just a water filter on our counter. I didn't know the properties. I didn't know the science behind it. But what I did know was that it made my sister, for what it did for my sister in 2 months of drinking the water, it was night and day. And this is her today. It's just absolutely incredible who she is today. She's a nutritionist. She's a certified personal trainer. Best shape of her life. She's she could happily and confidently say that she's in remission right now. But that's typically, you don't hear that from a lot of people in her condition. So we're very blessed. You know, God gave us the opportunity with the water and with other things that my sister did to help her diet. But and you know, 4 years ago, I started digging into this because my dad's like, you know what, Chris, you know, you're fresh out of college. You know, why don't you think about getting into this Enagic business? Because we've been drinking the water for this long. We have an amazing testimony. Like, why don't you take advantage of that? And I kind of looked at him like very skeptical, and I'm like, I'm not going to sell those machines. Like, I thought of that Pursuit of Happiness kind of movie where he's carrying the water device everywhere, or the medical device. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then I started seeing people my age talking about this water. And I'm like, okay, I see how this is like amazing, right? People my age are getting into this. Like, I'm going to do my research now. So what I did was I'm like, you know what? I want to get to the bottom of this and see where this first started. So this water has been around forever. Every year, thousands of people from all over the world travel to drink what's known as miracle healing water. And there's Mexico. Magic Johnson flew here constantly, like weekly basis when he was diagnosed with AIDS. Lourdes, France. If you're Catholic, this bleeds into your religion. It's absolutely amazing. Google it because it's incredible, the story. Nordenau, Germany. There's so many places. Hunza, Pakistan, where the average lifespan is over 130 years old. 130 years old. That, to me, that just says something about the diet, the overall like lifestyle of these people. But what's common is they're all drinking this water. So I started thinking, I'm like, you know what? If all these people are traveling to these places to get this miracle water, and I have this on my counter, I see the potential of like, oh, you know, I'm really going to do my research now. I really want to find out more about this. And I discovered these 5 main problems in our world today, right? Most water we drink is acidic. And, you know, you guys can watch your own demo on your own time. We can send you some links on YouTube. They're absolutely incredible. But all of these waters right here are acidic. And some of them say alkaline, but a lot of them have chemicals or, you know, added salts. Like, it's like, why do I want to drink that? And it's actually not good for your body to digest it over a long term. So in all of the symptoms, right? Headache, sleepiness, confusion, loss of consciousness. A lot of us that are brand new to this have a lot of this in common, or we know people that have these symptoms. So we want to get alkaline. Now, the other thing too is there's harmful contaminants in our water, right? So you might say bottled water, I don't drink bottled water, but I drink tap water. Well, tap water is probably worse because of all the chemicals that's put in it by the city. This is just an example of city of San Diego where I live. There's over 10 contaminants over the detected health guidelines. That to me spoke so much volume to what's really going on, you know, kind of waking up from this like matrix, so to speak. And then this really scared me because when I first found out about pesticides, I just went straight to organic. And then I found out that they actually do spray on the organics, on the organic fruits and veggies. And I'm like, gosh, like I used to wash all my fruits and vegetables in college out of my tap, right? That was before I had my Kangen water that I was drinking consistently. And I'm like, man, and not only that, but I'm washing it in the tap water. Like, that's just crazy to me. And then we're not properly absorbing our water. This is just an example of Kangen water on the right and regular water on the left. So the water has the ability to penetrate our cells, our body at a cellular level. It's just unbelievable. So obviously we don't want that, right? We want to have those smaller water molecules. And then plastic water, guys, this is huge. You know, I try to drink as out of a sustainable, glass bottle or stainless steel right here, because plastic is destroying our planet. And if you guys really believe in this part right here, drop a 1 in the chat box, because it spoke so much to me that I want to be a part of something that's able to protect our planet long term and to give back, go green. So the answer is clear, right? Enagic's the answer. We have these amazing medical devices from Japan that's able to produce that miracle water that I was talking about. And it comes right out of these machines, and it goes through all these platinum coated titanium plates. And I'm not going to get into the science, but we can send you videos that explains how this process works, but it's absolutely incredible. So Enagic, who are they? They've been around, guys, since 1974. They're a 45-year-old company. They're privately held. They're debt-free. They're an original equipment manufacturer. That means that they make their equipment in-house. They're not reselling. They're not buying from a third party. They make everything right there. It's just, you can't find these companies that much these days. And then the member of the Direct Selling Association. They're a member of the Better Business Bureau. When you want the credibility, you look to the Better Business Bureau as an A+ rating. Located in over 23 countries, over 40 offices. We're worldwide, and these are some of the offices right here. They're just all over the world, and some of them are beautiful. This one's in Japan, this one's in Germany. Some of these are some Malaysia, Japan, China. This is New Mexico right here. They're everywhere. It's amazing. And this is the founder, Mr. Oshiro. He's 78 years old, and this guy travels all over the world. He's living on purpose. That's something that I really wanted to connect with, because living in purpose to me is so important. And this guy's speaking it, and this guy's walking it, And this is his wife. This is his son, who's next in line. This is the 45-year anniversary promotion that they just did. And he actually wrote a book. I suggest every distributor on this call and new guests to really listen to or read his book that he wrote. It's incredible. He's such an amazing man. And I've met him a few times. He doesn't speak English, but he's the coolest guy you'll ever meet. And so these are some of the awards and certifications, right? This is really cool. They're certified in medical device in Japan and used in over 250 Japanese hospitals. That's amazing, because the Japanese, to pass a medical device in Japan, I think it takes like 15 or 20 years. So compared to the United States, which takes about 5 to 10. So the credibility just behind that it's certified in Japan as a medical device is incredible. And then also too, the ISO, the International Standard of Organization. That's like having a stamp on that we're like a Rolls-Royce company, right? We're the best of the best. And this is really cool. The ISO 13485 that Enagic has, the FDA is planning to use this as a medical device certification. The FDA, like, you want credibility, the FDA provides that, right? And they look into this. So they provided this, and this was back in August last year. This is happening. We're on the cutting edge of something that's absolutely going to take over the health industry in this country, in the United States here. So you guys better get ready. It's happening. And not only that, guys, but we're the only water ionizer company in the world with this prestigious certificate, the Water Quality Association Gold Seal. And then to kind of talk to you guys more about my sister, she tried the water for 2 months, had her colonoscopy by a gastroenterologist, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, like, what did you do differently? Because I've never seen a patient with your symptoms that is able to, from night and day." I'm going to show you the pictures, the next slide, but I wanted credibility behind when I speak on that, right? And this doctor right here, Dr. Hiromi Shinya, one of the world's most famous doctors, this guy pioneered the colonoscopy, right? And he's treated Japanese royal families, prime ministers, US presidents. He has a book that talks about Kangen water, treating it for type 2 diabetes and obesity. Like, he uses this water with his patients, and he won't work with you if you're not drinking Kangen water. I thought that was really interesting. So these are the pictures I was talking about. 45-year-old female, breast cancer, chronic constipation. This is before. 52-year-old male with prostate cancer. This is just 2 or 3 months after treatment, just night and day. You want to be on the right side, guys. I'm telling you. A lot of us have friends and family that look like this, and it's just, You want to show them that there's opportunity to really help them. The gold standard. These are the machines that they have. It doesn't matter which one you guys get, but I like cars. You know, this is a V8. This is a V12 engine right here. This is the best of the best. This is the example I'm going to show you. We own like pretty much all these machines. My family does, but this is my favorite one right here. So the K8. Guys, the Kangen water machine, they make 5 different types of water, okay? And you guys can watch a demo video that explains the science and what these waters actually do, but the Kangen water, for me, that was the most important, right? The drinking water, but it makes, you know, beauty water for your skin, clean water for baby formula, for pets, all these different things. Strong acidic water. This has the ability to kill 99.9% of bacteria. It's just incredible. Strong Kangen water. This is the one that kills all the pesticides, removes it from all your produce. And the 8 platinum coated titanium plates, certified medical grade water. Guys, you can bring this machine on an airplane. You can bring the water on an airplane. Bring it past TSA because it's medically certified. 30 to 35 years. We only say that because the machine's been around for that long, over 40 years, and we kind of put that stamp on it. But we've had engineers look at these machines, and these machines are built to last forever, right? There's no moving parts. There's really, if you take care of it, you take care of good things, right? It's going to last you a long time. And then we have all the credibility in the world. I mean, if you're an entrepreneur, you know exactly who this is, right? Yeah, Grant Cardone. You have Kevin Hart. You have Floyd Mayweather, Bryce Harper. My buddy got Bryce drinking the water. And then we got Kawhi Leonard, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Tom Brady. Okay, like, come on. He's the GOAT, right? He's the epitome of like health, right? In the sports world, right? And it just makes sense. And you see, what does he have on this counter right there? It's a Kangen water machine, and he uses it all the time. But he won't talk about it because who's he sponsored by? Gatorade. But I guarantee you guys, that's not Gatorade in Tom's cup. Trust me. And then also too, Bill Gates. This is really interesting because Bill owns 30 machines, bought 30 SD501s. So I got to ask you this question. Do you think he has more time, more engineers, more resources to check this out? And, you know, it just makes sense that if he can afford 30 machines, I can definitely afford one. Okay, and this is a cost comparison. You know, we used to buy this, guys. We used to buy Fiji water, and I don't think it was this expensive back then, but I mean, now you can buy it on Amazon for like $20 for a pack of 12. What is that going to last you? If you're in a household of 4, it's going to last you maybe a day. You know, if we're trying to drink a gallon of water, it's just the cost comparison. There's no comparison here because we're saving so much money. You guys are spending so much on Essentia, Fiji, Aquafina, Dasani, you know, all these bottled waters that you want to get rid of. You're going to save your money. Not only that, but you're going to save the environment from the plastic contamination. So the only answer, it's not bottled water. We talked about that. It's not tap water because it's so dangerous. You don't know what's in it. The only answer, guys, really is Kangen water. And then this is happening right now. San Francisco is voting. They already voted, actually. It's happening right now. They are banning plastic consumption. This means plastic water bottles, plastic, like everything. You cannot buy plastic bottles in the city of San Francisco anymore. And it's going to be happening in every city around the country pretty soon. We're seeing it happen right now. This is before Kangen. This is the solution, guys. We want to get on the right side. We want to see our beaches clean. That's so important to me. And let me ask you these 3 questions, guys. If all this did was make alkalized water for your entire family for the next 3 decades for pennies, what is that worth to you? If all this did was remove harmful contaminants and pesticides from your water and from your fruits and vegetables, what is that worth to you? And the last one, the most important one to me, if all this did was save you or a family member a trip to the hospital one day, what is that worth to you? It's like my dad said, you don't have to sell me. If this is going to help my family, I'm all in. You know, there's no price you can put on it. This is the one machine. If there was a fire in my house, this is the one thing I would take out of my house. Like, this has to go with me, and it's nice because it's portable too. So you got to ask yourself these questions, right? What is your family's health worth? You know, that one-time investment, guys, that's a small amount compared. I showed you the cost comparison. within 2 years, it's going to pay you back. For over 25 years for a family of 4, it's over 55 cents a day. It's going to last you a lifetime. There's just really no comparison to this. You guys can kind of watch your own demo on your own time, but to me, it's so important. Why not help others? And Eric's going to be talking about the business side of it and how we're able to realize true health in Enagic with true physical health, financial health. And once you have those two, you have a peace of mind, you have mental health. And, mental health is so important. We're able to help so many people in this Enagic business. And the next guy I'm going to bring on, Eric Brown. This guy is just traveling all over the country, helping his teams. He's a servant leader. He's working with Tony Robbins. He's an amazing, amazing person. I speak to him pretty much every day now because we're working together. We're building this platform for everyone here for Enagic distributors, and it's going to be so powerful for everyone to be involved. But Eric, you're so knowledgeable, man. You're self-educating all the time. I know I spoke way too long, but the value needed to be said. But Eric, why don't you take it away, man, and I'll let you speak.
Hey, absolutely. Thank you for the introduction, brother. And likewise to you, man. We were on a call and you're at Disney World, and just the cool thing about this is business is it's the business of the 21st century, and you're able to do it anywhere. And so thank you for that. I'm going to share my screen as well, just to share a few slides with you guys. And so the Enagic business, okay? Before I jump in, I'm going to share with you guys with a little bit about who I am and why I joined this business and why I'm deciding to lock arms with Wadia and Chris and all these guys here, because they have a vision for what this is. And so this is me. These are a few different things. You see right here, the hands with the breaking free is I joined into Enagic because I was looking for a way to break away from the 9-to-5, go in the other direction of what everyone else was doing, going to college, get good grades, all these different things. And so I wanted to do something unorthodox. And so I was doing all these different businesses and different things, and nothing was ever seeing true long-lasting results until I found Enagic, where I was able to find the true financial freedom. I was able to find a product that was actually working great for my health that Chris just talked about. I was able to travel the world. I've been able to be in 4 different countries and share this product with different people all over there. But most importantly, I was looking for a community of people, like-minded people. That's where we're able to find what we're truly desiring in life, and is being able to be around people. So also I was able to find my purpose within this and find my hidden passion within water. We now have a nonprofit that revolves around providing clean water to everyone. There's 660 million people on our planet that don't have access to clean water. So it's been amazing that just with the single introduction of a product called Kangen Water to my life, it was able for me to be able to find all these different things in my life. And so this part down here is something that I was shared when I was first looking into the business. It says right here, 69% of Americans had less than $1,000 total in their savings account, and 34% of those people had no savings at all. And I was like, that is me. I have less than $1,000 in my savings account. God knows that I need a business like this to be able to fund me financially so I can go out and do the things that are truly meaningful to me. So diving in a little bit more here. What is the Enagic business? How does it work? Basically, it's just like Amazon, okay? We're all familiar with the largest company in the world. When you create an account on Amazon, you get a little Amazon code, okay? And then anytime you send a link of that product, of any product that you are like, trust, and respect, or that you are using and has worked for you, and you send it to a friend or family member and they purchase it, you get Amazon bucks, okay? That's the same with what happens here. You purchase a machine, you get an ID code, you have the business for life. It's free. And anytime that you ever refer the machine for water, I mean, we're all drinking water already. It just makes so much sense. And then the company is just going to send you a generous thank you check for just paying. Thank you for referring this product and blessing another family with the best water on the planet. And so diving into this, the next mega trend, okay? So what is a mega trend product? Mega trend products are a product most people don't know about yet most people will own, okay? You probably imagine yourself being a business, thinking from a business standpoint. We're just think on the business standpoint, not the health standpoint. If you were to saw a flat screen TV, iPhone, a MacBook before everyone else bought it, you knew that everyone else was going to buy it and own it at some point. This right over here, the Kangen machine, is the next kitchen appliance. There's a 0.1% global penetration. There's 7.3 billion people on the planet. There's enough for us to be able to go out there and make a financial income for ourselves, whether it be part-time, no time, and just being able to refer people to the person that sponsored you, or you see the vision like myself and Chris and Wadia and some of the other people on here, where you guys are going to run with this. You see the long-term vision, which Wadia will paint for you guys here after I'm done, and you guys get to hear from who he is and why he's on the call. So moving forward, Enagic is simply word of mouth advertising. And the funny thing is, we all already do it, okay? We fall in love with a product and we naturally share it. We fall in love with movies, with different foods. Most of the things out there now are people are falling in love with all these new vegan foods that are out there. Like, oh my God, it tastes so much like the new thing, or like the real thing, whatever it may be. And you go out and share, you're just not being compensated for it. And that's exactly how it works here. So moving through here, there's 3 types of people. There are consumers, people who just that see the value in the product and just want to drink that for themselves. People who want it part-time, they understand that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, and they need to make another stream of income for themselves to be able to have the life and the financial independence that they are truly looking for to set their family up for the future. And then the third person is maybe you, who sees the long-term vision, sees that everyone's drinking water, sees the mega trend of that people are switching over and becoming more health conscious, and people are wanting to own their own business. People are starting to just want to share things with the world and be able to create something for themselves. If that's you, this is definitely the company for you, because I was able to find all those things. And if I'll tell you, if not seeing any success in any other company or doing everything in whatever I was doing, but being able to see success with this, and now about 30 families helped in the last 10 months, you guys can do this as well. So moving forward, we'll skip that. How many people do you know that drink water? How many people do you know who can use an extra stream of income? How many people? There's still people who are 40, 50, 60 years old who are still searching for their purpose. I was able to find my purpose through just drinking Kangen water and finding that within myself. And it can do that for you too. And the person who, with the biggest purpose and with the biggest passion, is the one that shares their story the most, is going to be the one that receives the most financial abundance. And so just being able to see that, it was something that I saw, was like, man, this is something that I need to be involved with. And so everyone drinks water. We're simply putting Enagic in the business model is we're just introducing a better way to do it. It's saving people money, improving their health, and in reducing our eco footprint. I mean, that's a win-win-win situation, in my opinion. And so to round it off, before I bring the big man on here, is a recent survey showed that 84% of people viewed entrepreneurship positively, and 51% of those people could imagine them starting a business. I'm sure one of you on this call are one of those 51% that could say, hey, I can make an extra $1,000 a month with this business, just sharing a machine once a month, being able to educate people and bless people that are just solely in their community around them. And the funny thing is, all 100% of them all drink water, okay? And so just being able to know that if you could go introduce this to 500 people, that's $1 million in revenue and for you. And you're just simply sharing the Kangen water, just giving it to people, filling up jugs. Share the information. The tools are already in place to you. The system is already in place. You just have to plug in, use the tools, and follow your upline. Show up to live demonstrations that are either online or in person, like Chris has one that he's going to tonight. Follow up with people, and most importantly, have fun. So investing in your family's health. There's easy financing, but like Chris said, it's realizing our true physical health with the product that Chris just talked about. Realizing true financial health, and then now we get to bring Mr. Peace of Mind on the call with Wadia Dafesh. He is, bro, you're ranking up all the time. You're like a 6A, 5- something, whatever. But maybe you guys don't understand that. But this man, guys, is the one that created the vision for me to be able to see this and stick with this throughout the last 10 months, where there has been the ups and downs, but this man is always available. He's always being there. Yeah, I've seen checks of yours that are hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm like, man, this is someone that we get to, in business, we have to follow people who have what we want, and on a spiritual sense, on a physical sense, as well as on a financial sense. this is a man that you guys should definitely listen to, who's been able to share a lot of information for me. So Wadia, brother, come on, Habibi, and share your wisdom and the vision.
Amazing. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Chris, Eric, phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. You guys, look, life is about duplication. You know, it's knowing what to do and how to do it and implement it. And one thing about Chris and Eric, my dad always had this saying. He says, "Are you coachable?" And the idea is this: is if you envision your lifestyle a certain way, and you meet somebody who has that lifestyle, just be the one that's all ears to soak it up and say, "Give me the formula, give me the roadmap to success." And that's what Chris and Eric exactly did, just like I did it with my father. And the success I'm seeing you guys implement and in the roadmap, I mean, I'm impressed. I mean, you guys are doing exactly what you need to do in order to get to the top, and you're teaching it. And that's what it's about: leaders building leaders. And I want to say this for those of you that are new to this profession: do your due diligence. Do your homework. See the value that this profession has to offer for you. I mean, because we're not dealing with linear income. Trading dollars for hours is what we're taught in modern day society. We're dealing with profits. And my father was a business owner, traditional business owner, where he was dealing with trading dollars for hours. And you're stuck at a cap. You can only do so much. You only have so much time in a day. But he told me, he says, when you're dealing with profits, it's exponential. It's exponential growth. There's no limit. That's why when Eric says, "I saw your income, I'm blown away," I said, it's because I was consistent. Even though I wanted to quit 1,000,000 times, I knew nothing was going to give me my values worth like this profession. Now, once you understand this profession, and you can see a video on my YouTube page called The Profession of Entrepreneurship. It's actually a video called Rise of the Entrepreneur by Eric Worre. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It's going to give you the vision that's needed so you know without a doubt you want to be in this profession. Now, the next thing after that is say, okay, what company do I choose within this profession? And it's Enagic. And I don't say that because I'm higher ranked, my dad's higher ranked. It's all for two things. Simple as that. Two things. One is our technology. It's revolutionizing. Chris did a phenomenal job explaining that. And second, it's our comp plan. It's a patented compensation plan that pays over 70%. There is no other network marketing company within this profession that pays that much. I think Herbalife starts you off at 20%, and then once you get to a certain rank, you can get up to 40%. Okay? We're over 70%. We have a front end, we have a back end. So once you guys do your due diligence, you study the profession, you study this amazing company, right? And even if you're just a consumer, a customer, without a doubt, you're going to buy it. It's the inevitable. So we understand something. We only have like less than 1% penetration. I think we sold over 2 million machines around the world. How many billions of people around the world are there? Right? I don't know, 6, 7. We only sold 2 million units. It's still the very beginning. So even though you guys have say, "Oh, Wadia, the reason why you're at the top is because you started, 12 years ago, 2007. What do you mean? We had to pave the roads. Now the roads are already paved, right? It's going to be easier for you to hit ranks now than it was for us. All you need to do is be coachable. All you need to do is have that passion, have that belief system, have that mindset that this is it and become it. Master your craft. Become the best version of yourself within this profession. That's what me and my dad did. We treated this like a business 24 hours a day. Just like for those of you who have a passion to have a certain body, have a certain look, you got to eat right, you got to work out. So it's the same thing. Put in that time. Now, if your time is limited because you're trading dollars for hours and you're in that workforce, it's okay. Why? Because you're working on your fortune part-time. Working on your fortune part-time. It's going to eventually grow. I know. I was there. I was running a lounge in Hollywood from the nighttime, from like 9 to the morning. And then from the morning, I was running LA Fitness from the morning to the evening. I was a single father. I was starting the home-based business. I was living off of 3 hours of sleep. But guess what? In 10 months, I reached my goal. I reached 6 figures, right? I was bringing more than enough money to say, hey, I can walk away from the JOB world. After 10 months of never doing network marketing in my life. Why? Because the technology, the product works. You drink the water, you come alive, right? Everybody knows that once they start consuming this beverage. 2, read Mr. Ashiro's book. This one right here, it's called Quenching the Thirst for Global Success. This is the #1 distributor in Enagic. You guys should dive into this so you can see the vision, see the value that you can receive from this opportunity, from this technology, because the idea is to what? Shorten the learning curve. So you can have the belief system that's going to give you the passion to exert efforts, because consistent efforts over a period of time is going to produce the results that you desire in your life, especially if you know what you need and you know what somebody else's need, because now you know what to provide. It's simple, and you just got to follow it, and you got to constantly be growing. I mean, I'm talking about you got to keep adding on every month, every day. What am I not doing? What am I not providing? And you got to build yourself up. You got to look your best every day. Look good, smell good, because it's going to make you feel good. Get out there, get this water, put it in front of somebody, and instill that belief system into them. You're influencers. Your job as a professional network marketer is to empower, to educate, and to entertain. Right? So it's just to empower them so they can become better versions of themselves. Right? You give them that roadmap through the educational process, because once you know better, you can do better. And then the entertain is that making them feel good. Making them feel good, right? And one of the most important things about building within this profession is you have to build a community. You have to build a culture, right? Because if people just hear you and see you, they're only thinking Enagic is as big as you. But if you're utilizing the events that are out there to help build your business, because that's what events do. Events drive the business. This is an event. As my father's Saturday call is an event. There's a demo tonight. That's another event, right? Anytime there's a gathering, right? Just like when it comes to praying, what does God say? He says, hey, when there's more than 3 people together, that's church, right? That's gospel, right? Right? And I'm saying that is because you got to come together. You got to create this unity of energy, because people will follow the masses. And as you do that, your teams are going to grow and follow a simple strategy of saying, hey, in this profession, we're going to study the comp plan. We want to get to 6A, but the goal is creating that 3A. Because people can see 10 sales. They can see I can help 10 people. I can help 3 people get this unit. And then I'll help those 3 people get 3 people. That's 10 sales. You do that, they'll grasp the vision. And then from there, they can start running on their own to get to 6A. Right? So have realistic goals within this. Because when I first started, I couldn't see 6A. I couldn't see anything. Right? And when my father said, look, stop focusing on the money, stop focusing on the rank, and just focus on yourself. Dive into the self-development. Work on yourself, work on your skills, and have fun. Build relationships. Don't get 1 or 2 or 3 people and ride those people. Constantly be filling your pipeline. Constantly be filling it up. So you accidentally have so many people to help, you forget about somebody, and you call them up a week or 2 weeks later and say, I'm so sorry, business has been booming, checks are zooming, I forgot to reach out to you, but I just want to let you know I didn't forget about you. Now they know that they need you, right? You don't need them. But if you only got 2 or 3 people and you're hounding them every single day, of course they're going to say, wow, this guy is needy. He really needs me. This maybe is not really working, right? So have realistic goals and have a big vision and constantly be working on yourself. Have fun and run at this thing. It's going to pay off. Trust me, it is. I know. I'm here. I'm not even supposed to be here, but I'm here. Why? Because I never quit. You know what I mean? Just like if you're trying to grow a garden and you're planting seeds and you start watering it and you're like, oh, nothing's sprouting, I'm giving up. No, You have to wait for that harvest, but you got to put in due diligence. You got to nurture it, and eventually the harvest will grow, and it will produce the fruits of your labor that you've been working so hard for, right? But let me ask you a question: are you seriously doing what it takes to get to the top? Are you truly investing your time and energy? Are you truly being sincere in your relationships? Are you truly working your business every single day like you're supposed to? A lot of people, I can guarantee, no, you're not. No, you're not. You can always do better. Remember that. Always do better. And then once you get that momentum going, the biggest mistake people do, they take their foot off the pedal. They take the foot off the pedal, and they're like, yeah, I got this thing. No, you got to constantly give it gas, right? And remember, and me and Chris, we were talking about this, people see 6A, they think 6A is it. No. If you study the comp plan, it's 6A2. You need to become a 6A2, and you need to create 6A2s. And you got to do it very strategically, right? And if you're not a 6A, working more than one position can be very detrimental if you don't know what you're doing. So have patience. Think long term. Build one position, right? Get that to 6A. Then start thinking about other positions, right? Don't overstep yourself. Don't put too much on yourself. And remember, you're working as a team. If you cut yourself off from your team, you're going to be solo bolo. I know a lot of people that said, I'm going to maximize the comp plan when I'm a 3A so I can get all the 8 points. And then they cut themselves off, and guess what? They end up 3A, 4A, 5A forever. They're having to work on their own efforts. Remember that famous quote by John Paul Getty, right? He says, I'd rather have 1% from 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. If you guys start to do that, where you're trying to capitalize all the points before you're a 6A, you're going to cut yourself off before you know it. It's going to be 100% of your own efforts. You're not going to make any money from your teams because they're going to be duplicating what you're doing, right? You're going to cut yourself off from your teams above. So build one machine. Keep your leaders close. Keep the points close. Now, a lot of you that are new, that don't understand this, don't worry. As a matter of fact, go ahead, figure it out. What is that I'm talking about? That's called doing your due diligence. That's called studying the comp plan. Understanding the strategies that you need to implement. So to keep it simple, buy one machine, get it to 6A. And by doing that, helping your teams do the same thing. And then you're going to make an extraordinary amount of money. You're going to get to 6A very, very quickly, right? And if you're building leadership, don't worry. You're going to help your guys go 6A, right? As a matter of fact, Enagic has it now that if you're trying to help, if you say you're a 6A, you're trying to get to 6A2, and you got a buddy of yours underneath you who just needs like 10 more sales, and he's struggling, Enagic has it now to where if you do give somebody away, right? And you place them in their 1A, but they still get the points, you can put yourself down as the enroller. So it counts for you as the SP, meaning the special bonus point. These are qualification aspects. For those of you that are in the game, understand what I'm talking about. So there's a lot of strategies that are in place to where you only need to build one machine. I know the goal is to get to 6A2, and if you don't really have a team, you're like, how am I going to get there unless I purchase 2 more units and get there myself, right? So talk to your upline. Talk to your leader, right? If your leader doesn't have the answer to the question, he'll contact Chris. He'll contact Eric. He'll contact another leader in there to say, hey, don't worry. We'll help you get the best strategy. But don't implement something without looking at all the different, strategic aspects to that, whether it's going to be pros or cons, right? So remember, you want to work together as a unit, as a family. You want to have fun, right? And if you do that, you won't have to put so much energy and so much effort in, okay? Because you're going to be working together as a unit. So have fun at this thing. Don't give up. Have a long-term vision, because only network marketing is ever going to free you and buy you your time back. Only that. Unless you just buy as much real estate as possible and put a bunch of renters in there, then you got a headache. That's passive leveraged income. But there's no passive leveraged income like network marketing. As a matter of fact, go watch that 5-minute video I have on my YouTube page. It's called The Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, and he breaks it down. The employee, the one who's self-employed, or the specialist, the big business owner, and the investor. And when he's talking about the big business owner, he's talking about network marketers. Why? People helping people. Okay, and when you understand that, that's it. This is the profession you want to be in. If you guys just joined, congratulations. You've done the smartest thing you could ever do. You put some time and energy into this. I guarantee within the next 5 years, you're going to either already be there or almost there. I'm talking about freedom lifestyle with the physical, the financial, the emotional, and the spiritual health. That's what you guys need. So I'm excited for you guys. Man, Chris, Eric, phenomenal job you guys are doing. You guys are representing true leadership. And that's all I can say, man. You guys are killing it. You guys are doing it. I'm proud of you. And right around the corner. And when you get to 6A, 6A2, -2, -3, don't stop. Keep your visions high. If anybody has any quick questions, you can throw it in the answer box. I can answer it for you. Chris, Eric, if you got any questions for me, anything you want me to expand on, go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, I can get ready for this demo I'm about to go to because it's, events drive the business. Then I'll see you guys in the next one. Chris, Eric, anything?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Wadia. I'm actually heading to a demo too, so it's good timing. Hey, it's all about events. It's all about events. You got to show up. You got to do your part, and good things happen when you do that. So I learned from you, man. I learned, you taught me most of that. So
and just bring your teams. Bring your teams. Always, every time you go to an event, have your leaders with you. Every time you do a 3-way call regarding somebody, don't bypass another person. Have everybody always involved, because they can always learn, they can grow. They're bringing the accountability, the responsibility to it, and just stay with it, stay consistent, and you'll be at the top. So love you all, congratulate you all, and see you at the next one. Have an amazing 9.5 day or evening.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Peace out, guys. All in the meeting right now. Have a great rest of the night. Have a 9.5 day. See you next time.